All right, what's going on, everybody? Jason here, Metal Till Death. Just bringing you a quick video. I just want to go over real quick the presets that I made for my standard guitar tone and bass guitar tone. I did do a video just before this one like this. I want to go over it real quick. I changed the bass guitar tone, and I just want to show the guitar tone that I'm using. So if you guys want to go ahead and even use the same tone or use it as a starting point, feel free. I'm mainly making this video for the OTTO 11 Facebook group, but for you YouTubers, if this helps you out, even better. I will put links in the description to the OTTO 11 website where you can purchase this amp sim, and I will put a link to OTTO 11's Facebook group. Highly recommend if you have this amp sim, go join the Facebook group. It's really awesome. Okay, now to the guitar tone. I'm just going to show you guys exactly the sound that I got. I will go over everything that I have in my sound chain. I think you guys will agree with me. That sounds pretty flippin' heavy and mean, and I love that sound. That is my preset that I'm using on here, and I'm gonna go over pretty much everything I'm using really quickly. First off, the guitar. That's my Ibanez GRG DX, I believe. I actually have a video review on this if you guys want to check it out. But I'm just using a standard Ibanez, just standard Ibanez pickups. I actually installed plastic covers over those pickups to give it a better look, but it doesn't really affect the sound at all whatsoever. So it's just a standard Ibanez guitar. I'm also using my Swift Audio wireless guitar system, so I'm not using a guitar cord. I'm using a wireless guitar cord and using a Scarlett Solo 3rd generation audio interface. And as far as the Auto amp sim, we'll go over everything right now. So what I'm using on the Auto 11 amp sim itself is going down to their presets, Auto Audio 2, and then over to Brutal 11, I guess you would say, Brutal 11. And then after that, I don't remember what came up as default, but I'll just tell you what I made. So I'm on the preset of Brutal, and then just your 11, your secondary subsection of your preset here. I'm not sure what you call this section, but your secondary preset. This is just on 11, as you can see there. And just starting from left to right, we're gonna go. The impedance curve is at 1. I've got your preamp at 5, which I believe is, your gain. The bass is at 2, mid is at 1, treble is just between 5 and 6. The master is, well, technically it's a little less of 5. It should just be a 5. Presence is all the way up, and the depth is all the way down. For recording purposes, for actually mixing, I have it on mono, and I left the 4 times over sampling. I just left it alone. The punch is on, the power amp is on. And I think that's it for the front. As far as the back, the mod switch is up. The punish switch is up. The plus 10 dB and plus low are both switched down. The gate, just adjust that to your preferences. The tube selection is at the 6L6. Bias and feedback are both almost halfway up. They're like one notch below halfway. The sag is one notch below a quarter, and the snarl is at a quarter. The cabinet is, I'm using the number 20 cabinet. Now, aside from the amp sim itself, I do also have an EQ section on here. I'm using Reaper, so this is the RIA EQ. So I just have a little high and low pass and a dip at around 500 and then 5K right there. And then just for a little ambiance, I am using Audio Salt's Aural Verb, I believe. And you can kind of hear that reverb. It's on, I think this is around no more than $10 on Audio Salt, but I'm using the small plate preset on here. You can kind of hear it. You can definitely hear that little after reverb effect, just a little bit. I like a little reverb on the guitars, not too much. But as far as the guitars go, that's it. Now, I will say the last thing that I have on the master track is I also have another EQ, and this is for an entire mixed song. I just got a little low and high end boost right here, just a little bit. That's on the master track. You don't really need to use that. That's just personal preference. Now, all these settings I have for actual recording and mixing. However, if you just want to plug this in and mess around, go ahead over to your mono switch and click that onto the stereo mode. Yeah, if you're just playing around, messing around, you click on that little stereo mode. It's freaking amazing. But everything else that I showed you, that's for mixing and recording, and it's still really awesome. It's a sick, freaking heavy ass sound. Okay, let's go to the bass guitar. Okay, guys, here is the bass track, and this is the Auto 11 amp sim and their bass presets. First off, I'll show you the guitar I'm using. This is an Ibanez SDGR. It does have active pickups, and you do have a whole EQ system on there. If you have a guitar similar to this, I have the pickup selector knob at both pickups. So I'm using both pickups. The bass and the mid is all the way down. The treble's halfway up. Now that's on the guitar itself. And again, using the wireless guitar cord into my Scarlett's 3rd generation audio interface. Now, as far as the amp sim is concerned, I am using their bass preset. Go to your bass on the presets, and I'm using bass 3. And I believe the default settings went to 0 sequence harmonics. I don't remember if I messed with that or not. I think that sounds good, so I'm leaving it alone. But here's the overall sound before we go further. Okay, you guys get the point of that. In my opinion, that's a really killer bass sound. Now, I just want to add real quick. The last time I did a video, I was using a mix of Auto 11 and Audio Assault's Bass Duality Studio. I'm no longer doing that. I'm just going to use the Auto 11. So I'm not using the Audio Assault Bass Duality Studio. Don't really need it. The less plugins you use, the better it is on your computer. So I try to use as little of plugins as possible. So all I'm using on the bass is the Auto 11. That's it. There's no even EQ or reverb or anything. So like I said, I'm using the bass 3 preset, 0 sequence harmonics on the 2nd preset there. Impedance curve is at 0. Sorry. Preamp is all the way down. Bass is halfway at 5. Mid's at 3. Trebles at 2. Masters at just about 7. Presence is at 5. Depth is all the way off. It is at mono, 4 times oversampling. The punch and the power amp are both turned on. The mod switch is turned off. The punish, all 3 of these switches right here, the punish plus 10 dB and lows are all switched down. I am using the Tubes EL34. Bias and sag are both halfway up. Feedback and snarl are all the way down. Using cabinet 15. And I believe that is it. I don't like too much distortion or too much clang on a bass guitar. That one I think is perfect. Again, if you copy this exact preset, unless you have a guitar with active pickups or an EQ like mine, your bass is going to sound a little bit different. This Ibanez I have has, again, the active pickups and the EQ on it. So if you just have a standard bass with a volume and a tone, or your pickup selector, it's going to sound a little bit different. But again, if you guys just want to use this at a starting place, go ahead and copy everything I did and then change it and go from there. I don't care. So I just want to make a note that I am no expert at mixing and recording. I've been playing guitar and bass for a long time, but I actually first started mixing and recording about 10 years ago. I did it for about a year and I stopped. Then I really started doing it for the last 2 or 3 years. So far, in my opinion, this is the best guitar and bass sound I've gotten in the last 3 years, and this is with the Auto 11. And I am not being paid to make this video at all whatsoever. I'm just seriously impressed. The bass guitar and the guitar sound that I've gotten is truly amazing. They sound like real amplifiers. Technology is freaking crazy. Anyway, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section of this video, or in the comment section of the Facebook post because I will be posting this video in Auto 11 Facebook group. And just in case you guys are wondering, on my last song for my drums, I use Perfect Drums amps sim. This is kind of pricey. I believe this cost $100. I did pay $100 for this software. To me, it's worth it. They sound really, really cool. Anyway, I don't know if you guys care. Just wondering if you guys are curious. I use Perfect Drums. I think it sounds really, really cool. Anyway, that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Just wanted to show you everything I'm doing to get the sounds that I am on the guitar and the bass. Thank you for watching, and you guys stay metal out there.